when I joined the Kotak digital team, I joined there as VP of digital programs. So entire acquisition journeys for the multiple products of the bank was handled by this team. And I would say it was a fantastic stint because it all culminated in India's largest digital savings account. The Kotak Now itself was a fantastic offering and much ahead of its time, because if you think of it, the offering had to be paused due to regulatory requirement because there was no guideline around video KYC at that point of time. So it was so ahead that the regulator gave a light guideline post that, and I would like to think of it as a win the more I think about it, because we partnered with one of the vendors from Europe who has worked with some of the largest banks in the world. The level of scrutiny that they had prepared for, right, while it was a video call and the video agent, from the thickness of the card to the way light reflects on a identity document, they could actually go to the extent of saying, is this a doctored document? Is this genuine? Can you verify? So we had to get agents on the call. One is, see, in products, there is always interactive elements, right? Especially product like video. There is an agent, there is a conversation going on. There is also documentation being uploaded, documentation being verified. How do you successfully bring the two together and for the customer create a very seamless experience, right? In this particular product, there were three different systems the contact center agent was actually dabbling with. And at the same time, as I said, we had to train them. The very first thing was scrutinizing of documents. Second part is they could log in from anywhere in the country. There are PIN codes that might not be serviced by the bank also. So how do you disable that? We created a form to filter, get certain basic details, be sure that this customer can be fully serviced. When the customer came in, you need to be to the point, you need to be asking ready questions, and you need to prep them. I mean, see, remember that all this was 2015 to 16, right? Not what we have today, right? 2016, July, September is when this launched. So the whole team worked on, for example, the screens. You need to do the product sale prior. When digital KYC was launched, till then the norm was there is a salesperson going in and selling a product. Now you have replaced that salesperson, which is why those little blogs, even today, I was going through a co-branded credit card journey of a very popular food application. Today in digital, we have all learned that you have to spend time explaining product to the customer because the sales has already happened when the customer clicks complete my video KYC. So these are things that we did. We prepped the customer. The second thing in processes is manual processes. There is always a person, right? Even today, I had to launch for a video KYC of another bank, and I realized that they don't prep you at all. Something as simple as hold this ready, hold that document ready. The agent will ask you for this because mother's maiden name. I need to prep you that there are certain information that you might perceive as it might have not been asked specifically, but I'm giving you an example, right? Because you need to also give them the confidence. See, that's where I think the regulation around KYC in India for video KYC has been awesome, because RBI has put in all those things that we tried to solve for. Is this IP secure? These are all the doubts an evolved customer will have. Is this data connection encrypted and everything so that the data doesn't go out? Today, all that is getting taken care of regulatorily. When we set it up, we set up for all this. A, explaining the requirement to the customer clearly. B, pre-selling the product adequately. C, training the agents to handle the customer. We also had incidents like, we employed a lot of females, and they were just men logging in to have conversations, and you have to train them to teach that. That's where the prep mattered. We even did those things. We made them upload a document. There were also instances where a blank document would get uploaded. See, intelligence builds, okay? I mean, 8 years from now, AI is very easy to talk about. A whole lot of upload documentation has happened. At that time, that itself was new. So there was a blank paper uploaded, and when the agent goes to the screen, they have to toggle. They would have said the hello, they would have got the information, and they'll go to the screen and realize that it's a blank paper instead of documentation. And the call will have to be terminated and reinitiated. So we realized while I'm explaining all this in a sequence, there was a lot of trial and error when we started. Product sales is a big example. What is this product? What am I getting? Explaining terms and conditions upfront, telling them what is going to happen after the call. A lot of digital processes We just think customer tends to think I'm done once I submit a form. You need to say this is the time that it will take. This is what we are going to do, because that's another apprehension. I've given you all my information. What are you going to do with it? So today we have learned to handle data with respect is what I have put it. At that time, we created that respect in the system where we told the customer, listen, this is what it is. It looks like, for example, it looks like you have another account with the bank, so we might have to verify it and create a custody for you. Those kind of instances have to be spelled out to the customer, because left in the dark also affects the credibility of the whole platform. So I would say that this whole product, what we learned, like I said, is we were evolving. Today, digital is native, right, Harkirat? All of you are using digital, and we are building products for a digital customer, digital era. We can say Chrome, we can say location capture, etc., etc. There, we were doing the prior step of it, which is digitization. What a manual agent does, how can a video agent replicate? How do you replicate that trust? When I'm asking you to sign in a white paper and show it on the call, right? Data connectivity, your data connectivity might not be as good as mine. Drop of calls, right? We even had data tools to tell us what are the devices where call drop was higher. A lot of these learnings got carried forward in our digital savings account proposition. But what that whole thing taught us, as I said, is that first wave of digitizing a savings bank account opening experience in a remote manner for the customer. That's how I would like to sum up that stint.